Have you ever wondered why you feel exhausted after just a few minutes of swimming? Your heart racing, short of breath? While someone your age can swim much longer and still look relaxed? Hello, and welcome. If you're watching this video, there's a good chance you're over 60. At this stage of life, we don't swim to compete. We don't swim to prove anything. We swim to stay healthy, to keep our joints moving, to nourish our heart and lungs, and to let each day pass a little more gently. But there's one thing many people have never been told. Whether swimming feels exhausting or not depends far less on your arms and legs, and far more on your breathing. Before we continue, please leave a comment with the number 1 if you've ever felt tired very quickly while swimming, even though you didn't swim for long. I want you to know you are not alone. When we are young, our bodies are like brand new cars. You can press the gas hard, and the engine still runs smoothly. But once we pass 60, the body becomes more like a car that has traveled many years. It still runs well, but only if it gets the right fuel, the right rhythm, and the right way of operating. Swimming is the same. Effort alone doesn't make it better. Swimming harder doesn't automatically make you healthier. At this age, breathing correctly matters more than swimming with perfect technique. I've met many older adults at community swimming pools across the United States. Some of them have been swimming for decades, yet they often say the same thing. I get tired so fast when I swim. Must be because I'm old. But in reality, age is only a small part of the story. The rest lies in how they breathe. After age 60, our lungs are no longer as elastic as they once were. The alveoli, the tiny air sacs responsible for oxygen exchange, work more slowly. The heart also doesn't respond as quickly as it did in youth. This isn't an illness. It's a completely natural biological process. The problem arises when we continue breathing the same way we did when we were younger, or worse, when we breathe unconsciously and out of rhythm. When that happens, the body can quickly slip into a state of oxygen imbalance. Lack of oxygen doesn't always cause you to faint. Most of the time, it arrives quietly. Your arms begin to feel heavy. Your legs lose their fluidity. Your heart rate increases. A deep sense of fatigue spreads through your body. At that moment, many people believe they need to push harder, but in truth, what the body needs is not more effort, it needs better breathing. Many older swimmers develop the habit of holding their breath underwater. They believe this helps them save air and swim longer. Science shows the opposite. When you hold your breath, carbon dioxide builds up in your bloodstream. It's actually CO2, not lack of oxygen, that creates the feeling of suffocation, panic, and rapid heartbeat. The brain interprets this as danger and sends out an alarm, causing the entire body to tense up. And when the body becomes tense, fatigue arrives twice as fast. Research in respiratory physiology has shown that people who practice slow, steady breathing during physical activity can reduce their heart rate by 10 to 20%, compared to those who breathe rapidly. This is especially important for people over 60, because the heart doesn't handle sudden accelerations very well. Rhythmic breathing is like quietly telling your heart, "It's okay. Everything is under control." Let me offer you a simple image. When you swim while breathing erratically, your body is like a house with all the windows closed, the heater running at full power, but no air circulating. It gets hot, stuffy, and uncomfortable. But when you breathe steadily, exhaling slowly underwater and inhaling gently at the surface, it's like opening the windows. Air flows, temperature stabilizes, and everything feels far more comfortable. There's another crucial aspect that people rarely talk about: psychology. After age 60, many people carry a subtle but constant fear. Fear of running out of breath, fear that the heart won't keep up, fear that something bad might happen in the water. When you breathe rapidly, the brain assumes you're in danger. It activates the fight or flight response. Your heart beats faster, your muscles tighten, and you become tired much more quickly. On the other hand, when you breathe slowly, evenly, and rhythmically, the brain receives a very different message. We are safe. At that point, the parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for relaxation, activates. This is why people who breathe correctly while swimming often feel remarkably calm, sometimes even as if they are meditating underwater. Many older adults have told me something interesting after learning how to breathe properly. I'm not swimming faster, but I can swim longer without getting tired. That's the key. At this age, swimming longer matters more than swimming faster. Every minute you spend in the water, breathing steadily and moving gently, is a minute. Your heart and lungs are being trained in a safe, supportive way. From a scientific standpoint, slow and complete exhalation helps the lungs expel more carbon dioxide. This allows the blood to absorb oxygen more efficiently during the next inhalation. Muscles, especially those around the shoulders and hips, receive adequate oxygen to function smoothly. As a result, your body feels lighter, your movements become more fluid, and you experience less soreness after swimming. If you've made it this far, this is the most important part of the video. Please remember this clearly. When you swim, exhale first, then inhale. Don't wait until your head comes out of the water to exhale. Exhale slowly while your face is still underwater, as if you're gently sighing. When your face reaches the surface, simply inhale softly, just enough. There's no need for a deep breath. Your body knows how much it needs. If you understand and agree that exhaling underwater is more important than inhaling above water, please comment OK right now. I want to know that you've grasped the most important key. Now, let's look at a simple, everyday comparison. Imagine two people, both 65 years old, the same height, the same weight. The first swims with urgency, trying to complete a set number of laps, breathing quickly, lifting the head high. The second swims more slowly, breathing evenly, barely making a sound at the surface. After 10 minutes, the first has to stop, gripping the pool wall, heart pounding. The second continues, face relaxed. Not because the second person is stronger, but because they know how to work with their breath. Many older adults tell me they're not afraid of water because it's deep. They're afraid of losing control of their breathing. And that makes perfect sense. Breathing is closely tied to life itself. When breathing feels out of control, we feel unsafe. The good news is this: breathing is something we can relearn at any age. Geriatric and rehabilitation specialists in the US often recommend rhythmic, low-impact activities for people over 60. Activities that don't shock the cardiovascular system. Swimming tops that list. But they also emphasize that the true benefits of swimming only appear when breathing and movement become one. Without that harmony, swimming can become exhausting instead of healing. You might ask, I don't swim gracefully, I don't know proper technique. Will correct breathing still help me? The answer is yes. In fact, at this age, breathing correctly is even more important than arm and leg technique. You can swim slowly. Your strokes don't have to be perfect. But if your breathing is steady, your body will feel okay. On the other hand, even with good technique, chaotic breathing will make you tired very quickly. One thing I always remind older adults is this: don't compare yourself to younger people. And don't compare yourself to who you were 20 years ago. The body you have today is a body that has lived, worked, worried, and loved for many years. It deserves to be moved with kindness. Breathing rhythmically while swimming is one way of treating yourself with that kindness. After a period of swimming with steady breathing, many people notice subtle but meaningful changes. They sleep better at night. They feel less stressed. They become more confident in the water. And most importantly, they stop fearing fatigue. Swimming becomes a pleasant time, not a task to endure. If there is one piece of advice I hope you take from this video, it is this: let your breath guide you, not your strength. When you feel tired, don't criticize yourself. Don't think you're weak. Return to your breath. Slow down slightly. Lengthen your exhale. You may be surprised by how quickly your body recovers. After age 60, every movement carries meaning. Swimming is no longer about achievement. It's about listening to your body. And among all the things you can listen to, your breath is the most honest voice. When you breathe rhythmically, you don't just reduce fatigue. You send your body a profound message. I am taking care of you. If this video helps you better understand yourself in the water, remember this: there are still many good things ahead, so long as you slow down and breathe with them. If you'd like to continue receiving thoughtful, science-based, and age-appropriate insights, please subscribe to Vital Health Hub. Together, we can live healthier, deeper, and lighter, one breath at a time.